Well, howdy folks, welcome back to Illinois Air Guns. Gonna do a little unboxing, first looks and first shots. Finally, with the Winchester 1977 XS. Tractor Supply just got them back in stock, so I was able to get one. And we're gonna open her up and take a look at it. It comes with a 4x32 scope. Let's see, dual ammo it says. 1,000 feet per second, I'm sure that's with alloy. Multi-pump, 1-year warranty. 177 of course. And it is, let's see, is this a rifled barrel? I'm thinking it is. Full trigger, composite stock, amp sight. Has adjustable rear sight, it says. 50 shots with BB, single shot pellet. I'm not seeing anything where it says if it's rifled or not. I think it is a rifled barrel. We'll check her out. If it is rifled, I will not be shooting BBs through it because that BBs will tear the rifling up. So let's get her open and see what she looks like. Packaged really well. Let's see if we can get her out of there. Alrighty. What's this little card here? Oh, that's just something to keep it from rubbing there, it looks like. Got a little block of foam on the bolt. Keep that from messing up. There's your instructions, owner's manual, all the warnings and precautions, all that stuff. Make sure you read them, kids. Got another piece of paper in here for, looks like the scope on how to set it up and everything. Here's the scope. Got foam wrapped around it, just a little 4x32. It doesn't say, it doesn't have any markings on who it's made by. Well, that's fairly clear. Pretty clear scope, looks like. We'll mess that in a little bit. Set that over to the side. All right. Let's get this box out of the way. Make sure I don't miss anything. I said 1,000 feet per second. I'm sure that's with alloy. Rifled steel barrel, so it does have a rifled barrel. So we will not be shooting BBs out of it. I won't anyway. Don't want to mess the barrel up. Get that out of the way. Everything's plastic for the most part except for the barrel. It is adjustable for windage and elevation. And let's see, how many pumps will this take? I think it's probably just 10 maybe. Doesn't say on the box. I should have looked that up. Multi-pump. Rear, crossbolt trigger, rugged durable composite stock. I don't say on the box, I don't see it anyway. So we're going to take our first shots with it. Daisy flat nose. I got a splatter burst set up down there. But first, I'm going to start my videos out from now on. Off the shelf air guns. He starts them out with a pating. I got a cowbell down there. We're going to start our videos off from now on with a little cowbell. So let me go get the camera turned on and we'll take a shot at that, and then we'll start shooting the splatter burst, see what kind of groups we can get. Be right back. I have no idea where this thing's going to hit. Hopefully it hits the cowbell. little harder to pump than the 880. Everybody says it's comparable to 880. If you like it, you'll like this one. It's a little tougher to pump than the 880. Cross bolt safety. All right, let's see if we can hit that cowbell. No problems. Made her ring. That was only 8 pumps too. Let me go set the camera up on the splatter burst and we'll get to doing some groups. All right, back with you. And we'll probably just do 5 pumps on this. And we got the splatter burst set up at about 10 yards. The cowbell was out there about 20. Hit it, no problem. There's a spring down. I was wondering what that noise was. It's a catch for that lever. All right. We'll shoot that bottom splatter burst. Not too far off, just a little bit high. I do have the chronograph out here. We'll test it with that, see how fast she's shooting. Same hole. Through the same hole again. So far, I'm really impressed. Oh, and a little bit high. I felt myself jerk on that one. But still, within maybe a 1/4 inch of them other holes. It went through one of the 2 holes there. 5 shots. That's pretty darn good. I'm pretty impressed with that right out of the box. Just a tad bit high. Like I said, that was only 10 yards, but pretty impressive. And shooting hard for 10 yards, or 5 pumps, I should say. I'm going to get the scope on it, get it sighted in, and we'll do some plinking at the steel targets. Shut you off, and I'll be right back with you. All right, folks, I'm back with you. We got her sighted in. I sighted her in at 20 yards. This thing's a tack driver. We'll do some groups at a new splatter burst with the scope. Do a 5-round group, and then we'll get shooting some steel. And I will shoot over the chronograph. Let's see, that was 6 pumps. All right, camera's going down there. I'm jostling around a little bit, so but that was on the edge of the bullseye. That's a 3/4 inch orange circle. That center dot's 3/4 of an inch. That's me, because I did a 5-round group round down there after I got inside and put them all in the same hole. But of course, when you start filming, oops, I think I went 7 that time. Oh well, it don't matter. The trigger is heavy on this thing. I will say that it is a heavy trigger. There we go. About the same hole. And the scope, it is what it is. It's I I thought it was clear when I first looked through it, but the outside edges of it's kind of blurry. It's just a little cheap pack-in scope, but it's doing the job. For this gun, for plinking in the backyard, it'll do the job just fine. She has a little bark to her. One more shot on the paper and we'll go to shooting some steel. Ain't a bad group down there. There we go. Probably a 1-inch group maybe. Let me go move the camera onto the steel targets and we'll get to shooting them. We'll probably start out with some silhouettes. I got some silhouettes down there at 20 yards and we'll get after them first. All right, I'm back and we'll shoot them 4 silhouettes first from the ram down to the chicken. That chicken's only about maybe an inch. Start out with that ram first. No problem there. There's a rabbit downrange. I need to try and keep it out of the way. I don't want to shoot the old rabbit. She's got babies out here. All right, the pig. No problem there. How about that turkey? We're getting smaller. No problem. Now the chicken. That's a small one. And I am, like I say, other than the trigger being a little heavy, I'm really impressed with this gun. Right out of the box, this thing's good. All right, that chicken. No problem. All right, let me go set the target over on the other steel targets. That old rat and that squirrel's been giving me problems. We're gonna take them out next. All righty. This might be coming out to do the old Hasbro's can challenge. Do 8 pumps on them, make sure that paddle falls over. All right, that first old original squirrel that's been giving me all the trouble. He's been eyeballing me again. Let's take him out. No problem. And I did find on the instructions 10 pumps maximum. And we'll check that here in a minute on the chronograph. All right, let's hit that right squirrel. It don't fall over, it just knocks the paddle over. No problem. The loading port's just like the 880. All right, that old mangy rat in the middle. No problems. All right, we're gonna ring the cowbell one more time, then I'll shoot her over the chronograph and we'll wrap this up. All right, cowbell. Clunk. All right, let me get her set up with the chronograph, and I'll be right back with you, and we'll see what she's shooting. All right, we're back. We'll do 3 pumps first, then 5 pumps, and then the 10 pumps. There's 3 pumps. .558 with 3 pumps. Not bad. There's 5 pumps. 665. Not too shabby. Ten pumps. 813. Boy, she's got a crack when she's up 10 pumps. Now that's with a lead pellet. I'm assuming their 1,000 feet per second is with alloy. So 813 with lead, and I'm at 550 something feet elevation above sea level, I believe. When they do that, it's with alloy at sea level. So not too bad. There she is. Winchester 1977 XS. Pretty nice gun. If you like the 880, Daisy 880, you'll like this one. Like I said, the trigger's a little heavier than the Daisy 880. I don't have a trigger gauge. I plan on getting one sometime in the future, but if you like Daisy 880, you'll like this gun. And remember, if you like these videos, please subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, hit that notification bell, share it with all your friends and family. I'd sure appreciate it. And God bless y'all. Have a good day.